worldwide fans of the planet's hottest entertainment with an edge. I am Jaime En Fuego, and I am so stoked to have you joining me here for my namesake program, Enfuegotainment. Damn Rizzle, y'all. Just call me Fuego for short. Welcome, and I am continuing along here at number 5 with my countdown of the 8 Best Picture nominees for the 2019 Academy Awards. That is right, y'all. And so far, at number 8, I had Bohemian Rhapsody. At number 7, I had Vice. At number 6, I had none other than the favorite, Yorgos Lanthimos. Yes. So now, reaching number 5, we have the first ever comic book film to be nominated for Best Picture. That's right, Ryan Coogler's amazing 2018 film, Black Panther. Oh, Wakanda forever, yo. And I gotta say, this film was really neck and neck along with, excuse me, Infinity War for my favorite, not just Marvel film of the year, obviously, because Ant-Man and the Wasp, unfortunately for me, was kind of lacking as much as I adored the first one. But, I mean, this was really neck and neck for, best, not just Marvel film of the year, but comic book film, period. Seriously. Deadpool 2 was a disappointment to me, I mean. But we're not here to talk about all the other, branching verses of whateverness, or about DC films like Aquaman. We are here to talk about the insane badass cast and just, I mean, one of the best ensembles I have ever seen put to screen, period. So here on Enfuegotainment, I always cover the Bueno, the Malo, and the Feo, so a little bit of good, bad, and ugly, and all of these Oscar reviews are a little on the shorter side. I'm just trying to breeze through, but yeah, obviously Bueno, the cast is insane in this movie. Besides a very solid turn from Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan might be one of the best Marvel villains ever. He's up there with Blanchett and with Hiddleston. Those are the top 3 easily. He is fantastic in this movie. You've got some decent stuff from Serkis in there. He's pretty good. Martin Freeman as the token white dude in this is pretty solid as well. But, I mean, the extensive African-American cast is like, as I said, it is so star-studded, from Sterling K. Brown to Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out. You've got Angela Bassett. You've got Lupita Nyong'o. You've got, I mean, this movie is, there's so many people in it. It's nuts to me. I mean, it's one of the best casts I've ever seen assembled for a film, and with good reason. All of them do great. Although I must say, and I'll get to that in the Malo and the bad, because this is one where I really have to struggle to find bad, but one of them would be, I feel like a lot of the star power of the ensemble does, and even Michael B. Jordan, his turn is so good that it almost overshadows the namesake character, in and of himself. And so, but yeah, the cast is nuts for this, and it's so very good. I mean, gosh, I forget the name of the actress who played his sister, but she is so awesome. And I love how this was basically like Lamont Bond, if I'm going to quote my dude, oh goodness, if I'm my dude from SNL, none other than, why do I have to look at Tracy Morgan? That's right, I had to look on my shelf because I got the best of Tracy Morgan right over there. But yeah, this is basically like a Black James Bond, and it's badass, man. Seriously, like when you get to Wakanda and you see just how technologically advanced it is, and some of the gadgets and stuff are way doper than anything I've seen in a recent James Bond movie. And that's not to knock Daniel Craig, but that's a franchise that's really gone stale for me over the years, ever since I was, first watching Sean Connery, and then the lameness that was Roger Moore, and then the actually very solid awesomeness of License to Kill, Dalton and everything, and then GoldenEye was a big watershed moment for a lot of peeps in my generation, because we all went and played the video game 4-player head-to-head. But yeah, I mean, just the scene alone where his sis is like virtually driving the car and stuff, there's so many great set pieces in this. Coogler, the director of Creed and Fruitvale Station, he directs the hell out of this movie, man, and I'm so stoked that he is officially on board for the sequel. He co-wrote the script, and if I'm gonna briefly mention something else that really needs to be said, the costume design is so unique and just colorful, and just, I mean, there's so much style. Seriously, a lot of my a lot of my friends, other brothers, and you know, African American ladies and stuff, they have, like, a lot of my white friends, man, myself included, like, we just don't have as much style a lot of the time. That is not a knock on my gringo-ness or whatever, but I mean, seriously, I learned a lot of style tips from, you know, a lot of my friends that aren't of my same ethnicity, man, and so it's an inspiration, and I've soaked up all that culture. But I mean, I'm a white guy named Fuego, for God's sake, you know, so you can tell that I hopefully bring as much just as much of a melting pot of culture to my personhood as possible, and the costumes are phenomenal in this. I mean, the set design, everything. You know, since I have to find some MALO and be a little bit objective and whatnot here, is that it is a little CGI heavy at times, especially like a couple of the fights and stuff like that. The one in particular about halfway through, where it's like right before the third act, there's always the all hope is lost type thing, and that's after the fight between Chadwick and Michael B, Creed himself, and yeah, I mean, it's really, it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb, like if you're watching, I don't know, like Phantom Menace episode 1 or something like that, but it is still, I mean, as much as I love practical, yeah, the fight in front of the waterfall and everything, and there's a few other bits, like, where all the different, sub-train, like, kind of monorail-y, like, cars and stuff are all going by and stuff, and there's the battle there at the very end of the movie. I mean, there's only a few parts where it really sticks out like a sore thumb, but, and then also the ensemble is so huge that unfortunately there are certain characters that don't get their time, and as I mentioned earlier in this review, the fact that Black Panther himself, man, I mean, and we actually get 2 Black Panthers in this to clarify, but yeah, the fact that our King of Wakanda, basically his performance is good, but it is, as I mentioned earlier in this review, it's a little bit overshadowed by the awesomeness of everybody else, and yeah, I mean, there are some beats there is some essence of predictability to the script, I guess. That's another thing that I can mention. But it is a superhero movie at the end of the day. And if I am going to say Feo something ugly, it's first and foremost unfortunate that it took so long for this movie to get made, but and that's ugly, but it's also ugly that it took this long for a superhero film of a high caliber to be made and to get in the Best Picture race. That now they changed everything up a number of years ago to up to 10 nominations after The Dark Knight got a snub. I think this is a much better movie than The Dark Knight, and a lot of people will probably disagree with me about that. I prefer Batman Begins. That's just me. But yeah, so it's boy, another thing, boy, ugly. It's really it's really tough to find anything beyond the fact that, I mean, it's unfortunate we're gonna have to wait as long for a sequel, and another ugly, even though it's not in this movie, but I really felt like Black Panther was underserved in an ugly fashion in the Infinity War. In fact, there's a lot of characters beyond him that it really was the Iron Man and the Guardians and the Thor film more so than anything else. Cap and BP and everything, they were underserved in that particular film, but definitely not here, y'all. So I have to just say how much I loved Black Panther. It was a fantastic film. It definitely deserved to be nominated for Best Picture. It's not my favorite picture of the year, but I'm just very happy about the awesome African American presence in this awards this year. I mean, between this, Black Klansman, which I'm going to be getting to, I loved Spike Lee's Black Klansman, man. Awesome. And then, I mean, Ali in Green Book is tremendous. He's definitely who I hope wins Best Supporting Actor. So I am feeling the intentional and the necessary diversity from this new, list of Academy voters and stuff like that. And I'm super stoked that we are seeing just the full myriad of talents, being properly, just recognized and, taken a peek at. So I have been Jaime En Fuego. Y'all can find me on all social media sectors like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Definitely do that whole like, share, subscribe thing here. It is greatly appreciated so supremely and so very much. yeah, I am about to put up this weekend on the 24th my Attack of the Clones review. I'm basically doing, in anticipation of episode 9 coming out in December, on the 24th. May the 4th be with you. That's may the 24th be with you in this particular case. But yes, on the 24th of every month leading up to that December release, I am doing in the chronological, not released order, but in like the timeline order, a Star Wars review of all the different films. And so, yes, last month I did The Phantom Menace, and this Sunday the 24th, I am getting ready to put up Attack of the Clones. I'm doing the spin-off films, so I'm going to do Rogue One and Solo. I'm going to do the Clone Wars animated film. I'm going to do those Ewok movies, man. I mean, yes, I'm covering all of the bases, and so very stoked about that. Please check out my other reviews of the previous ones in this Best Picture countdown. As I mentioned, The Favorite, Vice, and Bohemian Rhapsody, if you are curious about hearing me talk about those. I've also got a few other new film reviews of some recent movies that have come out so far this year, and yeah, I'm very stoked to be just reinvigorating Enfuegotainment with some new content. It's been a lot of fun. Now, if you want content that is of the spooktacular variety, I am primarily seen on a YouTube channel called The Horror Show. If for whatever reason you just stumbled across me here and didn't come from The Horror Show over to watch my content here, yes, we do 2, sometimes 3 episodes a day. All kinds of spooktacular coverage, scarific variety, from film reviews to trailer reactions to convention coverage. This weekend we are actually traveling from our home here in the deadly desert of Arizona to Charlotte, North Carolina, to do the audiovisual assistance and be the official press for Mad Monster Charlotte, the Mad Monster Party. They put together an amazing event. Great guests this weekend like Bruce Campbell, Charlene Harris, Kate Hodder. It's going to be a ton of fun. We are so very stoked to be taking part of that, and yes, shout out to all of our friends there. So yes, I guess until the film reel comes around once more, I say hasta luego, Cinemigos, but I am hopeful that we get to reconnect sooner rather than later. Till then, peace out.